Now, as y'all know, Quando Rondo left the neighborhood Crip group chat a few days ago. Nigga logged out and said, I'm done. I'm done. I didn't even know you could do that. Can you do that? Can you just log out of being a gang member? Somebody let me know. So, Quando Rondo, as we know, quit being a neighborhood Crip 2 days ago, or a day ago. He quit. And someone from his gang came out and said, whoa. You can't leave the gang. You don't leave. You don't just walk away. You don't grab your shit and leave. Nuh-uh. There's only one way in and one way out. So a gang member from his gang came out on Instagram under the name of Official Tiny Draws. These names get crazier every fucking day. He said, at Quando Rondo. Now, I usually don't chime in on weirdo shit, but you haven't done anything for the hood. And the hood played a pivotal role in why anybody would believe your stories that you express in your music. Now, here we go. Right? The angle that the gang is coming from is, if it weren't for us, the street shit you pop off in your music would never even be believable in the first place. So how dare you leave us? Here they go trying to reel him back in with the whole, your raps wouldn't be credible if it weren't for us. Then he goes on to say this. You're very talented, but your ignorance is something you signed up for, but had no real understanding is disloyal. Just as well as you feel nobody writing for you is disloyal. You said you don't have to check in, which is not a bad thing. Hell, even I check in. Pause right there. It is a bad thing to check in. Do y'all make white people check in? Do you make Mexicans check in? Do you make the Asians check in? Do you make the Indian people check in? You only make your own people check in. There is absolutely everything wrong with checking in. There's nothing cool about checking in. That's dumb. Yo, like this checking in, like who? Like checking into what? The only people that run these cities are them white folks in them offices signing them bills and passing them laws. Those are the people I'ma check in with. I'm not checking in with no random gang member ass nigga. So when he sits there and says, it's not a bad thing to check in. Hell, even I check in. I'm a grown ass man. When I check in, I show my passport, my ID. I put my luggage on the goddamn machine so they can see what's in it. That's my checking in. I'm not checking in to no grown ass nigga who don't own shit in the city. For what? What, cause he fly some flags and got some crash dummies that'll kill for him? No. The idea that Quando Rondo is wrong for not wanting to check in is wrong. Quando Rondo was in his right goddamn mind saying he don't want to check in. What kind of grown-ass man checks in? And what kind of grown-ass man lets another grown-ass man who holds no civil authority, no state or city elected authority, tell him to check in? Y'all would let that happen? Y'all would do that? It couldn't be me. So he goes on to say this. So why should we check out? Why should we check out? Make it make sense. So now they're saying, well, if you wouldn't check in, why should we check you out of the gang? Why? Why should we check you out of the gang? You don't even need your ass whooped. You need guidance. And I pray you get your life together. But stand on everything you say, my brother. And remember, it's only one way out. This shit not a threat, but clarity on why nobody is standing up for you. You get what you dish out, and if you dish out nothing but love from the gate like you showed the NBA YoungBoy, then you would receive the same love, or somebody with some self-respect will stand up for you. So because Quando Rondo ain't doing enough for the streets, because Quando Rondo ain't doing enough for the hood, which by the way can catch Quando Rondo a massive RICO, go on ahead and take your rap money and throw it at the streets. See if you don't catch a RICO in response. See if Fannie Willis don't jump out of a helicopter with a parachute and grab your ass and RICO you. See if that don't happen. I'm trying to tell you. These niggas coming at Quando Rondo telling him, you ain't did this for the gang, you ain't did that for the gang, you ain't did this, you ain't did that. Come on. This is like somebody begging. This is like the devil on your shoulder. Like, come on, do it. Like, these niggas are telling him, come on, get a RICO. Go to prison for 25 years. Give us $5,000 so we can drop 200 on a firearm and kill somebody with it, then link it right back to you. Give us 20 grand so we could go get a vehicle, take the tag off, link it back to you. Like, come on, really, bro? Like, seriously? Really? It's ridiculous. They're trying to trick this nigga out of his position. He said in this Instagram post, there's only one way in, one way out. But it's not a threat. That's the most threatening shit I've ever seen in my life. This pertains to gang shit. Y'all niggas ain't talking about. Y'all ain't talking about some fucking treehouse club. Y'all ain't talking about the fucking beta club in high school. Y'all ain't talking about nothing but gang shit. Only one way in, one way out. It's a clear threat. Quando Rondo at this point needs to figure out what the fuck he's gonna do. Genuinely, because now that he's decided to leave his gang publicly, his gang feels offended by it and they feel punked. And they're gonna do whatever they can do in their power to make sure that the other people in the gang understand that it's one way in and one way out. They're not just gonna let Quando Rondo walk away from the gang like it's nothing. They're not going to let him do that. They're going to try to paint a picture of him. They're going to try to make an example out of him for other people in these gangs. They're going to try to do that. That's just the reality of the situation. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. He needs to figure out what he's going to do. He's going to, because everyone is gunning for him. OTF, random niggas in California just try to kill him. His own gang in Georgia are fed up with him and mad at him and telling him there's only one way out, as if they're going to do something to this nigga. Quando Rondo needs to figure out what it's going to be. So someone else from Quando Rondo's gang said this: you can't drop your flag and say you're not NH no more. Nigga, go to the hood and get your put off. Don't cry now. We lose homies all the time. Very reassuring. Not everybody gonna ride. You was a goofy / internet banger anyway. So the true feelings of his gang start to come out when he decides he's walking away. These niggas don't comfort this nigga. They don't politic with this nigga. They don't do nothing. They get mad at this nigga. Walking away from his gang publicly was the best thing he could have possibly done. Because this gang shit is going, not only is it going out of style, but the major cities of this country are cracking down on gang shit. They're cracking down, bro. The GBI is not just restricted to Atlanta. They can do RICOs in other parts of Georgia. That's why it's called the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Quando Rondo ain't above a RICO. The neighborhood Crips that Quando Rondo is connected to aren't above a RICO just because they're not in Atlanta. Just because they're in Savannah, it doesn't all of a sudden absolve them of the possibility of RICO consequences. No. I'm trying to tell, like, bro, like, they're trying to bully this nigga into fucking up his life even more and ruining everything, but Quando Rondo's making the right move. Separating himself from the gang is the best thing that he could possibly do. I didn't know you could just up and log out of the group chat, but that's what Quando Rondo then did. He's sticking with his tight circle. He's going to do what he needs to do to survive. And I genuinely believe this nigga Quando Rondo needs to take a plane to Yukon, Canada and live in the woods with them white folks. I'm keeping it 100. He need to go over there with them lumberjacks and them, yeah. Now he need to go over there with the deer and the bison and the bears and shit because, bro, over here in these major cities in America, they're going to try to kill him. Facts. Quando Rondo needs to move to Boulder, Colorado. Quando Rondo needs to move to Wyoming. Quando Rondo needs to lay up with Kanye and them in Wyoming. Quando Rondo needs to go to fucking North Dakota. He's not safe in normal America. In major city America, Quando Rondo is just a target. He's just a moving target. Let's just tell the truth. Facts. So ultimately, bro, this is a bad look. This is a bad look. And they just want Quando Rondo to be their eternal cash cow. They want Quando Rondo to be their crash dummy. They want Quando Rondo to fund their gang bullshit forever. They want Quando Rondo to be the sacrificial lamb to take the big hit when the RICO comes. That's what they want him to be. That's all they want. They want this nigga to crash. Let's just tell the truth. While we're at it, they just want Quando Rondo to crash. Let's just tell the God honest truth. Ultimately, bro, hopefully Quando Rondo stays away from the gang shit, steers clear of that, does absolutely nothing concerning that, hopefully. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.